Going live. Oh, we're live!
Live.
Chris and Darlene, how are you doing? We see you in there.
Oh,
How are things?
I can't see.
Hey there, Bob. How are things in Georgia?
Georgia.
Thomas Schmidt. Hello, sir. How are you and Dawn?
Oh, like, sorry, I doried.
Oh.
That movie.
What movie?
The Galaxy, the movie we watched, and they were like this. Remember? Sorry, everyone. I doried.
Oh, you're talking about Mars Attacks?
Mars Attacks. Yes. Yeah. Sorry, doried.
Yes, sir. I said sir. I did say that.
It's chilly in Georgia.
Chilly. Yeah, it's a little cool here.
We have the air conditioner going. It was 73.
I was breaking a sweat. It was 73. Anyway. So, Thomas, do you see her up there?
Oh, whoops. I went the wrong way.
There she is. For those of you who don't know, this was given to us by the Thomas Schmidt Homestead Project. And sure, rub it in. Hey there, Chris and Darlene. How are you?
Can't see. You can't see what? Can you see us at all?
Oh, Thomas Schmidt says he can't see. Oh, he can't see it up there. Okay, I'll bring it down. Now can you see? This was a gift from the Thomas Schmidt Homestead Project, and it's just, it's our latest pet. And let me see, how do you get it going? All right. Oh, it's not on. All right.
We should name her.
It's going to drop an egg. No, that dropped an egg.
It's got one more egg.
Oh, there you go.
That's too funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
I like it. Elf Lord, hello.
Elf Lord's here.
Chilly, not cold though. It's coming. 20. Yeah, we're supposed to be a low of like 17 degrees sometime.
Elf Lord says this doesn't look like a hot air balloon.
It isn't.
No, actually, this is the duplex. And in fact, this is our new pantry. We were able to clear the bedroom furniture that was out in this room and actually move our pantry shelves into here. So it's really nice. It's nice. We've got a nice big pantry here now.
That looks like a Tom gift.
Looks like a Tom, yeah.
It is a funny thing. I like it. I think it's
fun.
Cute.
Chris and Darlene, how are you guys doing? How are things there? And it's Peltier, isn't it? When you were here, you said, yep, robot chickens. And guys, that's a video you'll want to check. Thomas Schmidt. When we visited Tom and Dawn a couple of months ago, we were having a discussion at the table. It's actually on his video there when we were visiting, where I said something like it'd be easy to have robot chickens. We could just, I think I said something like we just turn them off when we leave and not have to worry about taking care of them or anything. So Thomas Schmidt was so kind to get us started on that. So.
But it's a cute thing.
Elf Lord says record-breaking temperatures every day.
I wish.
Yeah, I've lived there. Must be nice. You've been doing a
first frost.
Elf Lord, you've been doing a lot of traveling lately. You've been up in Washington, Oregon, and all that stuff. That place that you visited, is it Washington or is it Oregon? Scablands, where they had the big, extinct waterfalls and things like that. That's a pretty interesting place. A while back, I saw a documentary on how that was, and a couple other waterfalls, extinct waterfalls, were formed. Pretty interesting.
Oh, that's not working.
What doesn't?
This.
Yeah, it is.
No, I was trying to type.
Is everyone?
I don't know. I'm just typing something.
Robert's typing. We're getting the hang of this thing.
Not really. I'm not.
Nona, Grace, and Jim. Hi. How are you guys?
Central Washington.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Central Washington.
That was always cool. That Scablands. The first time I went through there, I was surprised at the way it looked.
Well, I'm a big believer in catastrophism, and that's an obvious testament to catastrophism. So yeah. Let's see. Nona Grace is here. My
And
goodness.
Jim.
And Jim.
Yay!
I wish we'd had the opportunity to meet Jim when we were out there.
I don't know. I was gonna say this is kind of fun. I'm kind of awkward on this live chat, but that's all right.
So say it, Robert.
I am. I did, and
Oh,
everyone
she said
heard
she's
me.
awkward.
Yeah. Well, they can hear me. They're watching.
Can't you tell? This is awkward for us because, I mean, we're such big introverts and nerds that we don't ever talk to anybody. Do
Never.
we? We just don't know what to say. Someone help us out here.
Well, Thanksgiving's coming up. What's the
Yeah.
Thanksgiving plan?
Yeah, what are y'all doing for Thanksgiving?
What's the
Got so many
plan,
people on here.
Stan? I should maybe put it,
We are thinking we're going to make an excuse to get out of here and avoid Thanksgiving and go to Contentment.
No, don't say it that way.
No. Getting started on Homesville High.
Yeah,
What's
I
up with
know.
you guys? Good to see
Can't
you.
be scared. I know.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And by the way, look through that live chat, the comments list there, all of you. And if you don't know each other, please make a point to go check out each other's channels because all of you are very good channels.
Explain the cause millions of years ago. Alicia or Great Flood, you can choose your camp.
Oh, there he goes. He's starting. Elf Lord, choose my
Oh,
camp.
well, thank you. That was Nona Grace. Thank you very much.
Two sides. Choose my side. Well, I choose both. How about that?
I choose.
We all know Bub.
We don't know anyone here.
Yeah, right.
We all know everyone. Let's just admit it. Love the green shirts. Thank you.
Thanks. They were made wrong, but they're okay.
Yeah.
They were supposed to have a small emblem, logo, and contentment on there, but I think they forgot and just printed this like a billboard on our shirt.
Although it is kind of nice.
It's all right.
I like it. I do like the green shirts. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. We like them too. We got some embroidered shirts too, button-up shirts that are embroidered with contentment, but
Thomas who?
honestly, you don't have to type.
Oh, I don't?
No, of course not. You can just talk to them.
Oh, sorry. I just typed it.
Point you get to practice on friends. Thank you. It's good to know we're friends. So, what's new in our world?
Nothing really.
Nothing. Well, we got.
Well,
go ahead.
what?
You said well.
Well, you were going to say we got.
What did we get, Robert? What did we get yesterday?
Well, should I tell them?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what I got to do yesterday? It was the first time ever. I got to. Well, I didn't do it. I just got to clean a rooster, but I didn't like that because I was kind of scared to do that.
Elf Lords wants to know if we're coming out of the closet. No, actually, we're in a closet. We're in a pantry here. So.
Yeah, it does look like. It'd be fun to do it over there and be in it. Really.
Yes,
There's a little one.
We have something important to tell you all. We're
Dorks.
we're going to Contentment someday soon.
Just slow.
Pretend we were sitting around the table having coffee and talking. Just slow responses.
Oh, that's not really possible for me. Sometimes, but I'll try. I gave my, we know. Well, our friend has, how did she have, like 7? She had like 7 roosters. She has 2 fully grown roosters. And then over the course of this summer, 7 others hatched out. And of course, that's too many roosters. They were eating up all of the food from the hens. So that's usually what she does. She uses them for compost or food for her pigs. So she was going to go ahead and do that, but invited us to
help her harvest them.
Do the experience
to have the experience.
Yeah.
She had a good sharp knife, and I think that made all the difference in
Yes.
getting over the initial jitters.
Well, I didn't get over the jitters, although I had no problem dissecting the chicken.
Yeah,
That was really.
Once it's gone, it's pretty easy, but it's the taking the life at first that gets you.
Well, I was afraid of not cutting the artery in the vein correctly, and
yeah,
I was
and
pretty nervous about that.
Well, that was one thing. That the first one I did was was it the first one or the second? First one, the second. Yeah, to a sow this week. Yeah,
Oh.
that was pretty funny. I'll never forget. Chris, I'll never forget your video about how chickens are stupid. The stupid things they do. But he had a hen in his pig pen.
Mm-hmm.
But that first cut, that was tough. But the second one, I don't think I did a good enough job. And we had the thing hanging up. The rooster was hanging upside down, the slip knot, his feet in the slip knot. And he was so violent, we couldn't hang on to him quickly enough. He immediately started flopping before we get a handle on him. And he got himself out of that thing. And that's when it was just awful. So.
Well, what surprised me the most is, of course, all we did was get the breast meat and cut the thigh and the leg off. The rest of it just went to the waste bucket. But the very first thing we started to do after we got it down is just start pulling off feathers. And they just came off. And then all of a sudden, everything was off, skin and all.
One feather at a time. No, the skin, we pulled very few feathers. We just pulled a few feathers off the breast, and that exposed the skin. And half the time the skin was already ripped, and we just reached in and grabbed the skin and pulled and basically just peeled it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we didn't dress the whole chicken.
No.
We even left the entrails in the carcass and everything because we weren't taking the back or anything like that. We just removed the thighs, legs, and breasts. So.
Yes, Mountain Crest, when we do this on our own, definitely, I'm all for a kill cone. I think I would be better able to do that then, because it's confined a little more in the little.
And Chris, Darlene say, forget a knife, just grab it and swing.
Yeah, that's go ahead. That's what my grandmother did.
It's quick, and I've seen other methods. The broomstick method, where you lay it down, lay a broomstick across, pull on the legs, and skinning them is a lot less messy. It's a lot less work. It seems, that's for sure. But I don't know, something about, I like fried chicken, so I like the skin.
Well, I was able to have a nice little anatomy lesson on chicken, because we were able to cut inside, and I got to see the cut open the gizzard and all that. It was
pull
really
little
neat.
Stones out. Yeah, it's more humane too. And Dad used a hatchet, Elf Lord.
Yes,
Well, this is the first time I've ever killed a chicken. I've never. I don't go out of my way to kill animals. If I don't like them, I'd rather relocate them. And if they die by somebody else's hand.
Oh, Lord. Yes. Well, we got to see some.
We got to see some of that.
Not a totally headless one, but.
The first one, Jay did the lady we were helping, she did the first one, and the head came completely off in her hand when it was twisting around. So I was just kind of like, but it wouldn't be the first time I've seen a head come off of a body. But
Yeah, he's got some experience with that. As a kid, my dad, we went fishing all the time, and so I always watched my dad clean the fish, but I would never, ever, ever do it. I don't think I ever even wanted to try to clean a fish, but I loved watching.
I shoot the head off of these games on around. Yeah, I guess you'd have to. It'd be the only way to get them.
A game? What's a game?
Again, he's got some game birds on his property that just,
Oh.
yeah.
Wait, like fighting roosters?
No, I don't think they're fighting roosters. I think they're just sort of like feral / wilder. He keeps them out there on his land, and he's got some game birds there. I mean, he'll tell you.
I missed that one.
So yeah, got some game birds out there. We can't do any. Gillen brother gets the roosters. Fish are easy. Yeah, they're easy to clean.
I need to try that.
Remember the kids are little, take them fishing, and they catch a trout, and they're just little girls, and so once they had the fish in their hands, it was just fascinating for them. They take it over to the bank, and the thing's gasping for its life or whatever, and they're sitting there playing house with it. If they had doll clothes, they'd probably try to dress it.
Not mine. We never really got them up.
Yeah.
Just put them back.
Yeah. Only way to catch them if they're a fighting breed, yes, we don't fight them. Yeah. Plenty of people out here do. It's not unusual to drive down the road and out in the country and see somebody with a bunch of little tent, 40, 50, 60, 100 tents out there on the ground with a fighting rooster under each one. Smelt. That's
they're like little fish.
Yeah, but a smelt is a certain kind of fish, isn't it? It's not like
a sardine.
It's a sardine.
I don't know.
I can't remember what a smelt is.
A little fish.
But yeah. I don't eat fish. I guess I'd better learn to. But it's been a long time since I've eaten fish. My Navy days broke me on that. So, and kid had watched her mom wring the neck of chickens, wanted to try it. She grabbed chicken, flipped it over. Big enough to keep hold. Yeah. Did you see GDP build their 3-barrel composting toilet? I don't know. I suppose you're asking us. I saw the video, but I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. Pretty cool system. The nice thing about it is that in his county there, Cochise County, Arizona, they let them get away with it. Where they don't actually permit those in Colorado where contentment is, but it's a good system. So, got them from Animal Call. We're fighting. So, oh, wow. They were freshwater. Okay. Yeah. They were, he said they were fighting cocks. You got them from Animal, and they were just hanging out on this property. That's pretty cool if they hang around. Do you feed them at all, Chris and Darlene? Do you feed those things at all to keep them around, or do they just hang around? They must be pretty lean too. Imagine. I wonder if I'm missing anything here.
I don't know. I don't think so.
All right. So, no, great. She just cut the head off and used the thumb to push out. Yeah. The fry.
Oh
yeah.
My goodness!
Yeah. They're pretty close to Mexico.
That was funny. Did you, Nona Grace? Did you see your comment got?
Wow, that's cool. Chris.
Tagged.
What?
To either show or hide.
Show or hide.
Her
what?
comment right there. You just cut the head off and slit the belly. Her comment got tagged, and I had to click either show or hide
except
it.
or not. I guess YouTube thinks you wrote something that was that we may not like or something.
Yeah. He says not a bit. Homesteading the hard way.
Yeah, they're just here. Boy, that must be nice. Keep the bugs down and all that fun stuff. We're wondering how that's going to work out there at Contentment. We don't know. They got mosquitoes. We got stable flies. We got dragonflies. All of which I suppose the chickens would eat.
Yes, really. And then I had to click show it.
But so I mean, there may be some bugs out there for them to eat, but not the only thing in the way of grass would be the grandma grass because that's pretty nutritious stuff. But yeah, we're being monitored. We're certainly being monitored. I tell you, that's for sure. So, should we go over the
Yeah, I'm going
prize
to.
package.
Yes, and while you're going over that, I'm going to put on my handy dandy.
Well, don't put it on yet,
Why?
because I want to show the things first.
Well, I don't need to see them. Do I?
Well, if you want to remain covered, that's fine. Right. So when we were at the Mother Earth News Fair a few weeks ago, we just went around and I don't know, we just picked random stuff.
Well, I'll put these back on because I can't see.
We picked random stuff that we thought, just I don't know, just to be random. Really, there was no rhyme or reason to it. We just thought, okay, we'll get that. Okay, we'll get this.
Well, we wanted to get some things that were informative too.
Yes, and this will inform you of what? What does this coffee sack inform you of?
This informs you of.
Was it free trade or something?
I guess.
Although it doesn't say free trade.
No, it's not.
But
I actually saw this, and I thought that this burlap coffee bag was an interesting thing to pick up because it is really, really kind of durable. And, if you're not going to use it for anything like purposeful, I guess, if you will, maybe you could give it to your grandkids or kids or someone to play with.
We should have gotten two because this would be perfect to throw Dynaho parts into.
Yes. Well, and also, too, if you sew things, you can make a purse out of it, too. It's big enough to make a bag out of because they had some of those there, too, that they made out of.
So there's that.
I don't want to watch Egypt do what? Oh, yeah.
Do what?
Exactly. I just now got it.
The next thing is a contentment mug. And so, boy, this looks
I can
backward.
make a dress out of it.
This looks backward, the lettering, but it's just a mug. It's nothing fancy, but we had some of these made just for fun and to give out as gifts. So one of those we got, and it's probably too late for a lot of people to plant them, but you could probably get them in the early spring. Some lettuce and some carrot seeds from Baker Creek, and a T-shirt. This is organic cotton, and there's an abbreviation on the front, but I can't remember what the
I don't remember.
what the I forget what it stood for. I think the organization that makes these also makes shirts out of hemp, and so they were showcasing. This is organic cotton, but they were also showcasing shirts that were made out of hemp, and they look pretty comfortable. I guess hemp is similar to linen in that the fibers tend to what do they call it? Break. Not that they literally break, but that they bend and sort of wrinkle a little bit like linen. So
it looks backwards on the screen.
Yeah, I thought so.
Well, and we were going to get one of the hemp shirts because they were really soft, but they only had like mediums and smalls.
Yeah, they didn't have much.
And they seemed to look. They looked a little like smaller than normal too.
Now you're going to have to describe this.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, this is of course a water bottle. Obagi is a skincare line that I guess, I don't know if it's prescription, but maybe it is. You get it from a doctor's office. And this little thing is just a water bottle, and it's got a sample of sunscreen, lotion, face cleanser, foaming gel, and toner. And this
right up your alley, Thomas Schmidt.
I've never used it, and I was given this, and I
smoke a hemp shirt.
Going to pass it on. The water bottle is pretty nice. It's cool looking, but anyway, that's what that is. Just some facial products.
And a cute little bag.
Yes.
So
you could always smoke a hemp shirt.
Well, know that.
That's the thing. Hemp in Colorado, that stuff is all over the place.
It's growing all over.
And somebody recently out there came up with a tool, some big piece of machinery to harvest hemp.
Yeah, there's a company now in Monte Vista, Colorado that manufactures harvesters for hemp harvesting machines. So it's bringing some business to the area. If it's smokable hemp you want, I know a guy.
So that's kind of a neat thing.
Yeah, but I mean, it's nothing to drive right down the road there in that valley and see pivot circles, a quarter mile in diameter with nothing but marijuana plants growing in it. It's the wildest thing.
Oregon.
And you can smell it too on certain days. If the wind's just right and it's warm enough or something, you can smell those plants. I just saw a lot growing. Yeah, big cash crop. Oh, without a doubt. There's a lot of speculation going on.
I like it. We have one. It's called a machete.
Yeah.
Yes, very practical and very much less expensive.
Why bother? Just pull it out of the ground, wait till it dries, and just light it on fire inside your house, and then just walk around. Okay,
Yeah.
what else we got?
CBD oil.
A couple. Oh, CBD. We've got a couple of CDs here also. One has 111 articles from Mother Earth News. They're Mother Earth News articles, 111 of them. And then there's an ebook here on heirloom vegetable gardening. So a master gardener's guide to planting, seed saving, and cultural history. I thought that was kind of interesting. So there are those.
Christmas trees.
No hemp Christmas tree.
25 acres cut by hand here. With your
sling blade. No, with a sling.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a machete?
I always call it a copper blade, but something everybody call it a sling blade. Mm-hmm. I remember seeing his video when he used the sling blade and showed how to use it. I figured I was kidding because he cut it by hand. So.
Oh. I was like, isn't a machete a sling blade? I don't know.
No, a sling blade's used for like getting tall weeds. And stuff.
Oh.
And for, killing people if you're Billy Bob Thornton. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And I like some French fries. Oh,
hey, High Plains. How are you? Glad you could make it. We were just going over the prize package worth who knows how many dollars. I don't know. Final thing, 3 issues. 2 of them of Mother Earth News, and one of them by Grit, which is another Earth News publication.
This one we probably really should keep.
Somebody suggested we keep it in the comments. That's probably right. We'll just have to order one for ourselves.
Yes, like I said, 20 machetes.
All this is yours if you're the lucky winner, and you're within like 10 miles of us, so we don't have to mail it. Teasing. Is it my imagination, or is the cost of shipping getting ridiculous?
Well, I think everything is more expensive, sadly.
20 machetes, he says. High Plains Mini-Stead. Hey, everybody, if you don't know High Plains Mini-Stead, please go to their channel and say hello. They have a fairly new channel. They are in northeastern New Mexico, near the east slope of the Sangre de Cristos. And, fairly close to places like Taos, Santa Fe, Las Vegas, that area. And so, please go there, show them some love, subscribe to their channel and click the notification bell. They're brand new. They're just getting started. And they are really nice people. So if you would, and then of course, High Plains, you see everybody on here. And they are all quality channels and good people, except for Thomas Schmidt. But I'm teasing. But I encourage you to go check them all out too. Yeah, it is. Shipping is outrageous.
Yeah. I didn't have to ship anything overseas, but I went with my daughter who sent something. It was very, very expensive.
Mm-hmm. There is
look!
What?
They tagged Mountain Crest Farms comment too.
Because he said he was a jerk? What?
How weird.
Wow.
So I have to say show.
Mountain Crest Farm posted, and they said, and then they gave us, oh man.
Do I have a picture of my logo?
A picture of the logo?
Our logo?
It's right here. It's on the shirt. This is our
Well,
logo.
That, but
And also it's on the mug that we're giving away.
yes, that's our logo.
That's called a feather flower. So E-Chip, I just hit your subscribe. Oh man. I like him. I like him a lot. But yes, and then there's actually another channel. I haven't checked in here yet, but I just found them, and you all may know who they are. Here and There Homestead. Brenda.
Still a still picture so I can make it for you. Oh, well,
Oh, really?
we do have one on like a JPEG.
Yeah, we'll send it. But make it for y'all. Oh my goodness. What is it? That's not necessary, but thank you. Yeah, we'll send you a JPEG of it or something like that. And thanks. But yeah, I mean the logo thing may seem kind of funny to you guys, but I don't know. We're just very proud of our little place, Contentment, and I don't know. We we got a flag to fly out there. We've got the shirts. We've got these mugs, and we have our our trademark colors, the screen.
Stickers.
Oh, cool!
Awesome.
All right. So I mean, we get this stuff because we're very proud of it. We don't ever intend to sell any of this. We just get it because we're proud of our place and we're proud of our land. So y'all do realize what Tom just said, right? Since he was already subscribed. Yeah, I know. I get it. Yeah, we realize it.
Oh no.
Yeah, we tried to. Okay, so are we gonna? Oh, I was saying there is one other channel out there that I think is worth your look. They also are just getting. They also are just getting started, and it's called Here and There Homestead. I think they are in Michigan or Connecticut or Massachusetts or New York or someplace like that. I get confused, but they have two places. One they call a farmstead and one they call a homestead. And so on one of them, they've got, like an apple orchard and stuff like that. Pretty cool deal. They don't know how long they're going to stay. If they're going to sell one, get rid of, they don't really know what they're going to do. But she seems to be somebody who really has a lot of knowledge, and so it's homestead. Yeah, bird box time.
Don't look.
All right, here's the Surefine coffee can. All right, Robert, are you ready?
Wait. Okay, I can't see.
And the drawing. Put your hand up so you can't just wish around in there. Just stick it in there. Swim around. Get in the corners. Get that one that's taped to the bottom. All right.
Just one?
I don't know. Is it? Let me see.
Yes.
It's just one. Okay, go ahead.
And the award goes
Drum roll.
to Eric Johnson.
Eric Johnson. Eric Johnson. You won the drawing on the High Plains Mini Set. Yes, we did. So Eric Johnson, I don't think you're on here tonight, but I posted our email address to the very top comment on this, and you got a few days.
It says we're buffering. Buffering?
Oh.
This?
Well, maybe. Well, I guess let us know when we're back. But congrats to Eric. Yeah. So Eric has 3 days to claim his prize. If he does not, we'll just draw another name and go that way. So, because we can't hang on to it forever. So, anyway, what else we got to talk about? We got the chickens. Mm-hmm. We got the we got the chicken tractor built, obviously, and we
buffering. I can't believe this is buffering. I'm gonna have to contact our internet provider.
Oh,
How weird.
I don't know. But anyway, where were we? We just, we made a video a couple of weeks ago that we put out, a really long one, and kind of, I don't know, might have seemed political without meaning to be. It was about, I think we entitled it something like, "This couple will change your mind about homesteading." We've got a follow up to that video. We actually visited a place, or the ruins of a place, that at one time was considered the world's largest diversified farm. And we had some thoughts on how it failed. And so we had some thoughts on
How many horsepower is the chicken? About robber horsepower.
But, YouTube sucks. Well, sucks, but hey, it gives us a platform to talk, so, and to interact and be able to have this fun. So,
well, thank you. He liked that video.
Oh, did you? Well, thanks, Chris. We were a little hesitant to put it out because we didn't want it to be misunderstood.
I tried to. He's more out there with the opinions.
Oh, I'm the wild one.
Well, that way. I'm not saying I don't have them, but I try to kind of keep them in the closet, if you will.
But we're going to go back in the closet for another year now, I guess. Probably won't do more than one of those a year.
And actually, probably, in all reality, I'm probably more.
Yeah, out of the two of us, I don't have any problem sharing an opinion. I try to be diplomatic about it, but this one here, she's got very strong opinions, but she doesn't voice them. So anyway, hey, Green Dream, how are you doing?
Oh, look, it says wave. Yes, I do. I am very, very, very opinionated, but I keep them to myself because I don't really want to put them out there because I don't like all of the divisiveness, really, even though I am opinionated.
Yeah. But yeah, so Green Dream, it's so good to thank you for checking in. So nice to see you.
Now I'm having a hot flash.
It's a little warm.
Breaking out in a sweat on my forehead.
You're right. Is it warm in here? You've got the heat on?
No.
Okay. It's just us. But Hidden Valley Homestead has a new video out that you homesteaders need to watch. Oh, do tell, Elf Lord. Talk to us.
Just go watch it.
I need to know when Green Dream's going to invite us down to help them work on their house or their septic or whatever. Because, I mean, we're just sitting around here twiddling our thumbs, doing nothing until spring, and we need some experiences. So. Hey, I'm curious.
Hand me that paper, please.
I'm curious, Jim and Jessica. Are you that home you're building, the three dome house? Are you doing rammed earth or earth bag or aircrete or something like that?
Property rights.
Property rights. Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Hey, Rocking Sea, how are you?
Mountain Crest. I don't know why they made us clear your comment again. There's nothing in here that's odd. I don't know why they do that.
Maybe it's the capital word.
Oh. But
Earth bag.
I don't know. For us, it's not that hard. I mean, every once in a while we speak our mind, but it's not that hard for us to keep our
now we have some kind of a pop-up there.
Politics back or something like that because that's not what our channel's about. So we can
come to North Carolina. We should. My brother lives there, but he's hardly ever home.
You can always come to North Carolina. Well, what do you got? I mean, let's talk, Chris and Darlene. What do you got? What do you got for us? Only if you'll make us work hard and sweat, and we get to learn something.
If I get to go and play with the animals and stuff.
No advertising on other channels. Ugh. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for it. Oh, that's true. That's true. And I don't know, about a year and a half ago, something like that, around the time we were building the solar generator, I think it was a year ago Halloween when I talked about lawyers. And then we did another one where when we were working on Dinah, we did one.
Did we?
We had an update where we were showing off the things that we worked on and stuff. I said something like,
now these notifications are going to start coming up.
I
I fall for everything, Green Dream.
So where was I? Oh, when I talked about, I was afraid that people were thinking that our channel was just becoming a DIY channel, and so we wanted to say, we have a reason for doing all these weird projects. So, at your child. Homesteading Highway is giving away free money.
Woo!
Okay, Green Dream. He never said what he's building.
Yeah, Earthbag.
Earthbag. Oh, he did. Okay. Earthbag. Okay. So are you going to go find our little homestead down there near Benson and pick up their spare Earthbag bags and stuff like that? I think they have a truckload of them that they'd probably be willing to sell you some or give you some or something like that to help you.
So Rock and See, I watched your it's going to be cold around here video because I don't watch the weather. And then I was like, oh, yeah.
Southern hospitality does not allow that, but Chris will work you like a broke. Okay. I don't mind.
Yes, Nona Grace, that's fine. You could call me Dinah if you would like.
Dinah. Green Dream got hacked. They're near Benson. I thought no, they're in Benson, Arizona. No, they're not in Nevada. At least, no, they're in Benson. I can't remember his last name. It's Gary. I can't remember his last name.
I know. Oh, sorry. I'm just talking over you. I was saying Rock and See. I know. That's what I noticed. After that, I was like,
well, look who's here, Rock and See.
Yeah, they've been here. I said it.
You did? No, I didn't hear you because I was too busy with stuff in my own head. Let me see. Rock and See. It's supposed to get here pretty cold tomorrow night. 17 or something like that, isn't it? Isn't that what they're predicting? The low?
Low.
We'll see how these new chickens work out.
Lawrence Beckhold. Hi.
Hey, Lawrence. Welcome. We were just having a giveaway. Oh, Bechtold. Sorry. How's that water? Oh, that's Lawrence. Lawrence. Hey, guys. Lawrence, can I tell them who you are? Just tell me I can tell these people who you are. But the water is fine.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, he can. Okay, everybody.
What are you giving away to me?
You'll see Lawrence Bechtold's name on there. We met Lawrence in August when Lawrence drilled our well at Contentment. And Lawrence is a really nice guy. He is a retired police officer. And he hates my libertarianism, I'm sure. But no, he's a really nice guy. And how's the water?
No, okay. And then, so you can read them all.
Hey, y'all, Lawrence says, what are you giving away to me? We already gave.
No, not that.
What?
I'm just making sure you look up here to see everyone who comes in.
Okay, I see Green Dream. Yeah, I saw Green Dream. I saw Lawrence. I saw Rock and See. Lance and Marcy. That's another channel you guys need to check out if you don't know them already. Lawrence. Sounds awesome. Yeah. Hey, Rock and See. Thomas, we got an inch last year. Okay. How's the water? Well, Lawrence, here's the thing. After you guys developed the well, it was fine. But honestly, we ran out of time there at Contentment to install the well pump. We got it in. We received it. We had some real trouble getting stuff shipped out there because we don't have a formal address for shipping stuff. But we got it shipped to us, and we ran out of time, so we didn't bother installing it. But in fact, I just got the the information from your boss the other day in an email telling us about the I guess the finalized paper or whatever they submit to the state. So how are things for you out there? How are things going? It must be, tell us what the temperature is there in the San Luis Valley right now, Lawrence.
That's the question. And how much snow is there?
There's probably none yet.
If any. And how many elk are running around? All the things that I wanted to see.
Busy as usual. It's about 30 right now. So, well, they're predicting, I don't know if you heard, they're predicting 17 degrees here in Oklahoma tonight.
Or tomorrow
So,
night, something like that. No snow.
Yeah, no snow. But Lawrence is a great guy, real fun to work with, and a great sense of humor. And we just really enjoyed him. You got to start your own YouTube channel, Lawrence, on drilling wells. And we'll all sign up.
And police work.
wells and police work. So, well, that's the thing. If somebody, we get a lot of hunters out there on the property. I'm sure they're just roaming all over the property right now and are angry that we're developing it. So if they fill it with sand, they fill our well with sand, we'll know who to call.
Exactly. So El Florida
has a wood stove in it, pretty good size, and one that's way too big for it. But the house, once it's built, we're thinking the wood stove that we bought for the house is actually big enough to put in the house. So one option may be to actually move the wood stove into the house once it's built. But we're hoping to insulate that thing so well we won't need, that it really saves on our energy bills. So
Lawrence said me and Marley would make good video.
Marley, in fact, Marley is on a video.
Yep.
So on one of the well videos, Marley is the dog, the smart dog. You see, it was 14 here. Thomas Schmidt says it was 14. Below 50, honestly. Well, who does? But honestly, that brings up an important. We were sleeping out there in that house with no heat, and of course, the summers at Contentment, it's 85 in the day, but at night it drops to 40.
50s, yeah.
Yeah, something like that, and 40, I think 45 one night or something like that. So we were pretty comfortable. This is a hello, Rock and see. No trees around.
See
when you have
Dream.
wood.
Thanks for joining us.
Oh, Green Dream, thanks for stopping in. Let us know. We can come help you on anything.
Yeah, El Florida asked what are we going to do about wood?
Wood.
So we have two options I really like. One of them is, elk chips. We could get that.
No, not enough of those. And they're not chips. They're just little balls.
They're like gigantic rabbit dung, little rabbit. Yeah. No, but we have a friend out there who has a place with a lot of pine trees, and he says, here's the key to my property, go cut all of them down.
Yeah, because there was a major fire out there last year, second largest fire in Colorado history, burned up the whole area, including 2 lots that he owns in that area out there. He had some big stands of ponderosas or lodgepoles or something on his property. He said, just come get them, cut them down, take them. The foliage is burned off them. They're not coming back, but they're standing. So, and you didn't tell them what we got.
Well, and we have a big grain truck, and it's like 16 feet long. It's got a dump bed on it. So we are able to use that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that in a second.
So we have the big grain truck that we're going to use to haul wood around. And another option, which is kind of nice, is you can go harvest downed wood or beetle kill wood out of those national forests. And it's $25 for a permit to do that for 5 cords of wood. Now, of course, you've got to cut all that down and split it and cut it and all of that. Yeah. But 5 cords for $25 and manual elbow grease.
And in that little house, I mean, we're lucky if we'll use 5 cords
Mhm.
over a winter. So, but you're right. Pine is terrible as a burning wood. The only choices you have out there are some narrow leaf cottonwood, aspen, and pine. And there's no law or anything like that. So we're stuck with pine. And in fact, everybody out there is. They all
Yeah.
use pine, and they're very careful to make sure that they, clean out their flue caps and flues and chimneys and stuff like that. Probably a couple of times a year because of the buildup of creosote. But yeah, I mean, it's the only choice you've got. Only choice you've got out there.
And then, of course, there is a place that sells it that will fill up that gigantic truck bed for about $125, I guess, a load. So we do have options.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm all for the free and then going and
Sure.
getting it out of the
But it's going to be
forest.
it's going to be really nice because that grain truck has a dump bed on it, and I think it's a 16-foot bed that dumps. And so we'd run that thing out into the forest, take the fallen wood, bucket, throw it up, and maybe we could take a log splitter with us too and just do it all on site. Pile it up in there and just dump it into a pile right there at Contentment, and we're covered with a tarp and we're good for the winter, we hope.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, pine burns fast, and it's got a lot of pitch in it, so it creates a lot of creosote, stuff like that. It's not the best, but if it's all you got, it's all you got. My dad had a whole barn full of various wood, passed away for him.
Then he said that it doesn't have as many BTUs as hardwood, but
Right.
actual studies show that pine is not worse for creosote.
Really?
Well, that's what I've always heard here. And when I told my mom, actually, that she was like, "What are you going to use?" You can't use pine. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, you're going to burn your house down. It's going to do this. And my
You
mom's
probably wouldn't want to cook with it.
an older,
Yeah.
she's older, and she said, "You never use pine.
Right.
Don't do it. Don't do it."
But that's all you got out there. So check out the University Extension about pine. Elf floors. It's too bad that wood's gone. Let me see. By the way, if anybody out there knows where I can find some good barn wood, and by that I mean good hardwood lumber. I mean, we're going to need lumber for cabinetry and stuff like that. Hardwood, I mean, particularly hickory would be awesome. Hickory, white oak, and cherry. Love those woods. Walnut, anything like would be just awesome. If anybody knows a source for those, I'm game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, any wood is better than freezing. That's for sure. I don't know. Talking to the wood stove guy, he says he has the identical stove that we do in his house out there, and he has to clean his flue cap twice in a season because it fills up that much with creosote. So it literally clogs the flue cap. So and ours in oh no, I don't think it's any different. It's all full of pitch. So burns.
I guess the sappy stuff, that's pitch.
Yeah.
Like a pine tar thing where you put.
I think the only thing I found is that out in the east though, help me out guys, and Bob particularly at Mountain Crest. I forget what they call it, pitch pine or quick pine or something like that. That it has so much pitch in it that you can literally take a sliver of it and just light it on fire and it'll just burn
Really?
like a candle. Yeah.
Cool.
But I don't think they have anything like that out here.
Thomas Schmidt says, looking for big hickory.
All the other, there is no problem. Yeah. Well, thank you. Almost Homestead just put out a video on cleaning your. Oh, that's good. Homesteading a Hardway says it's got all the cedar we want. Well, cedar's good wood for outdoor furniture and stuff like, and exterior surfaces and stuff.
Is it called fat pine?
Fat pine, that's it. Thank you. Fat pine, that's what it's called. Hey Lance. Hey Lance, does Oklahoma have fat pine? That's in the roots of pines, coming with fat wood. Yeah, fat pine. That's right. That's what it's called. But Lance, do they have fat pine this far west? I'm curious.
I don't know much about trees.
I don't know. So, hey, Rock and C, tell us about your hog butchering, your hog processing class. How'd that go? We saw Marcy's video about how she moved the goats because you were off playing doing some kind of processing class or something. I'm teasing. Fat wood, fat laterals, yeah. It's not in the tree, it's in the roots. Okay. Yeah. Let me see. After the net gets fixed, milling wood again. Tom Schmidt. Who? Understand who?
Yeah, I don't understand about the roots thing.
Oh, all that fat pine is actually wood that's in the root, not in the trunk or the burl. It's in the root. It's in the rootstock.
So
It has
you just get the root out and burn it?
That's where the fat pine is. It has a greater concentration of turpentine, or whatever you call it. Long straw pines. They have whole loads of it.
Are those like what you have in North Carolina? All those big tall pine trees?
Yeah.
That kind of straw pine?
Yeah. What do they call them? The pine barrens? Or
Like that kind of a pine tree that's out there that has that.
the whole tree will turn
look.
if the sap eases
Now
long
it
straw.
says your connection is unstable.
Stable.
What?
It says they're reconnecting. Did we buffer?
I guess so.
I've been on here for almost an hour. Whole tree will turn the sap eases long straw. Yeah. That's cool. You use the fat wood as lighter for the rest of the wood, right? Yeah, I remember being in the South, working in the South many years ago, and I forget what the occasion was, but somebody just brought up a piece of wood and lit it on fire. I'm like, how do you do that? He says it's fat pine.
Loblollies.
Yeah, loblolly.
I like North Carolina's big, gigantic crepe myrtle trees. They're so big there. And here they're like bushes.
Yeah, you can't get a crepe myrtle. You know, in California, they grow as shrubs. They grow them out there as accent shrubs. Out here, they're trees.
Oh.
Killing, scalding, scraping, and splitting in half, breaking down into different cuts, and made bacon and sausage. Hey, well then share the wealth, buddy. We drove right by your place yesterday when we were picking up chickens. We thought about you, and I thought, should we just pull in there? And I thought, no, they're not.
We saw somebody do a pig and they burned it. They
scorched it.
Yeah, but wait, is that what he said they did? He scalded. They said scalded. But they just took like a flamethrower thing and
burned all the hair off.
Which I didn't know you did that. But I didn't know you scalded it. Why do you scald it? To get the skin to come off?
I think either one loosens the skin a little bit, but
oh,
that's the fat. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay.
Lawrence, thank you for checking in. We'll try to check in with you. Hey, Lawrence, at the top of this thing, if you haven't already left, there's my email address. Send me an email and let's get together when we get back out there, and love to spend some time with you. But thanks for checking in. Thanks.
Thanks. To loosen the hair.
Loosen the hair. Well, but if you're burning it, it's burned off.
So what do? Do you keep you don't skin it? You do skin it. Or I don't know. I've never seen that done. I've seen a deer and then of course those chickens. But that's all. Yeah. Well, I watched one on YouTube, I think. No, I watched a cow. Oh, and we saw him doing a cow too once in real life. That was kind of icky, honestly.
It is what it is. But to loosen the hair. So, yeah, that makes sense. You want to get rid of the hair. I wonder if after you scald it, you just loosen it and then you just pull it or scrape it or whatever. But Rock NC says it was not our pig. Just watch and learned on their own pig. Scalding helps remove hair. We did 2 pigs. One was a Cooney. That's a lot of hair. And one was a Mangalitsa. Both are Coonies have a lot of hair. Don't skin, scrape, or singe, not both. Okay. 2 ways to just scald and scrape or skin it. Yeah.
Well, one day I want to get a pig one day, but that's going to be way far in the future.
I think it would be great to have a pig, like 1 pig a year, or however often you need one. Raise it and then process it, and cure your own ham and stuff like that. Scald and scrape is scraping the hair after scalding. Yeah, that's what I thought. Who was it? There's a YouTube channel, Stony Ridge Farmer. He had some stuff on like that.
Why most people, yes.
Yeah, but we're up for it.
I don't know. Maybe
I'm up for it.
You kill it, I'll clean it. That'll be
that's a deal.
You kill,
I
I'll
got the easy
clean.
part.
Well, you might have to help.
But I have to live with the guilt. You get all the hard work, and I have the mental issues.
Well, maybe it might not be so bad if you shoot a pig, not cutting its throat. But I guess you have to cut its throat too, huh?
So, Chris, why do you only skin the really big hogs? What is that? I mean, is there a difference? Oh, destroyed the compost barrel. Wow. Nona Grace had a neighbor's pig got loose. That's you must have some good stuff in your compost.
Pigs can be pains.
Yeah, that is one thing. My daughter raised 2 pigs for 4-H when she was 10, 9, something like that.
The skin was way thicker than I thought.
Gosh.
Huh. Rather kill than clean. Better fed than dead is my policy.
Better fed than dead. Yeah.
Okay, little bitty piglet.
Fed than dead is my policy. Yep.
Oh.
But there's that when you're ready for a piglet, she'll put it in her car. Oh, gee, you promise. Thanks. We are a long way from ready for.
I know,
like
but
that.
a little piglet is like this thing, not the size of a car.
Mountain Crest says he takes his to the processor, the abattoir. But the thing is, I just, Jay, we're about to put out another video with Jay on it. Now, you may remember Jay from a recent video here a while back. We titled it, She Was Off Grid Before Off Grid Was Cool. And her philosophy on that is, I don't raise any animal that I can't process myself.
Nona Grace is surrounded by smells. Sorry.
Yeah. Veal Farm on one side, pigs on the other. Boy, that must smell pretty rich right there. I hope you've got some distance. We had a butcher do our cows when I was a kid. Yeah.
I don't think that I would ever really undertake a cow.
That's a big project. You probably need help.
think.
You need help for that. But I mean, I like Jay's philosophy. I don't raise any animal that's so big I can't process it myself. And she's got coonies, which are fairly small pig. She can manage it, she and her husband. But when you come down, I'll show you pig picking.
Oh, we saw that video with that pig in the car. Mm-hmm. So I said, I want a little piglet this big. Mm-hmm. That was a big pig.
Yeah, we saw that pig. But so yeah, I think that's a good philosophy to have. If you're unable, or it's too much for you to process yourself, why raise it? So, and you save money too.
And I don't know if she mentioned this, but her husband's a truck driver, so he's not home all the time, and so she stays there and handles most of that stuff alone. Mm-hmm. And so it's really kind of a practical, really kind of a common sense thing, because if she's having to do it herself and with no one helping, no one there, you can't lift it.
Nona Grace said that Pepper is a small pig. Bob's board runner. Yeah.
Now, Thomas Schmidt's
Thomas Schmidt's just got withheld because it wanted us. I guess probably because parts of it are in all caps. But and then sent it to be packaged. Nona Grace says her dad would butcher it and then send it to be packaged. Finally, the farm in 2 months, 150 of them,
900
150 of them a year. Good night. These are smaller pigs. The person doing the class, a female, she lives by herself, so she doesn't want them to get too big. She doesn't feed them with grain. 99% forage fed. I'm sorry, we used to kill 15 to 20 at the time. Well, that'd be the way to do it, isn't it? It is all this farm talk. YouTube is a city person. Yeah. We must seem like the most unlikely people to be going and starting off-grid homesteading. Huh? Let me see.
Grew up at Tahoe, never seen.
Grew up at Tahoe and never even seen a garden before. Yeah. Well, did she grow up there on the Ponderosa? I mean, was she like neighbors with Haas and what were their names? Little Joe and
Rock? Did you see Rocking Seas?
small?
The
Yeah,
small
he said they were coonies.
I guess coonies are smaller.
Yeah, they're fairly small pig. Person doing this. So she doesn't want them to get too big. She doesn't feed them with grain. 99% forage fed. Well, that's pretty good. Forage fed. So what are they eating? I mean, they're eating some. They're probably rooting for stuff.
Yes, Little Joe. That's funny. I never knew that was a real place until we were coming home, and he was telling me that place was like out in.
I remember seeing it as a kid.
Tahoe.
I remember seeing it as a kid. Elf Lord, you'll like this story. When I was a kid, of course, growing up in Las Vegas. What? That's exactly what I thought the first time I saw one of you. But yeah, I know. But we're learning. But Elf Lord, when I was a little kid, I had the opportunity to go visit my aunt and uncle. They lived in Reno. And so we flew up to Reno, me and my twin brother and a couple other older brothers. And we spent a week with them up there just hanging out and having fun. Of course, we went driving up to Tahoe, and we went driving right by. And I remember driving right by and looking off the road and seeing the Cartwright home from Bonanza out there. And that's when I learned that Ponderosa was actually, I guess, certain scenes from it or something like that were filmed out there.
Well, then of course I got to be nosy about it, and Lauren Green built a house that looked just like the pond.
That's the funny part. Lauren Green, I guess years after, he gotta go, folks. YouTube.
And he said he changed his mind.
Yeah.
We can do it. We got this.
Yeah, we got it. Lauren Green built a house that looked exactly like the Ponderosa house on some golf course in Arizona. Great grass eaters, and they don't root as bad as other pigs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah.
No, Jay said that's the only one that she's got that will just go and eat grass.
So, Chris, what don't you like about coonies? I'm curious. I like the fact that it's a small pig. I'm not crazy that it's hairy. I'm not crazy about that. But I like the fact that it's a small pig, and probably, for us, it would be a good size,
Homestead. Oh, yeah. Oh, you just asked him that.
Ponderosa have been turned into. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. So, Ponderosa place has been turned into something else. We tried coonies. Yeah, I'd like to know why he would never use coonies.
Yeah, that seems to be. Well, on the videos I've watched, those coonies seem to be really popular. A lot of people say that's what they.
Well, they're a furry pig
or raise, I should say.
Yeah.
Only Africa.
So, Lance, would you keep a coonie, or what pig would you and Marcy want to get? And I've never heard of an Acra. I guess that's a big pig, I guess. Because I think you got pretty good sized pigs, Chris. Elf Lord, did you grow up there in the Reno area? Lance said he'd take cooney.
So
they're a cute pig. Back for a second. Best beginner pig is a large black hogs. Tom will tell you about them and my book for beginner pig farmers. Okay, thanks, Bob. Elf Lord, Medford, Oregon. Okay, that explains it. No, just kidding. Let me see. Only advantage I saw was small and easy to handle. We would have starved to death if I kept trying. Oh, okay. Starved to death because you couldn't sell them, or just not enough food there to eat, or they took too long to get the size, or they cost too much to keep, or Lance, all these people on it, Thomas Schmidt and Chris at Homesteading the Hard Way,
Bob.
and
You might
Bob
know
at
that.
Mountain Crest, they all raise pigs. You probably know that. So.
On a small
Mary Grace is
homestead.
leaving. Oh no.
That was Mountain Crest. He came and said that. And then
Oh,
he
I
said,
see.
"Now
I
I'm
see. I
going."
see. Okay. All right. Never mind. Only advantage so small and easy to handle would have starved to death on a small homestead. He did. Look at that. Small homestead.
Lack of pork, we're too slow. Eat too much.
Lack of pork, grow too small, eat too much by far.
Huh.
Hmm.
A black hog. Large black hogs.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want one of those fun little.
No, I'm not interested in a potbelly pig.
No, those
But-
kind that like our kids showed.
You know,
What kinds of those? What kinds of those?
well, I mean, she showed for 4-H. She had a Yorkshire and a what's the black and white one? I can't remember. The Yorkshire was a sort of whitish pink, and I can't remember the name of the other one. But the thing about it was, we spent a ton of money on high protein feed for them and stuff like that. They never got big. And talk about this inbreeding crap. I'll tell you, I'm ready to go back to hybrid anything, because those darn things would lay on top of themselves. And that Yorkshire prolapsed about 3 times, before she finally got rid of it and sent it to market. What a hassle keeping that thing. It was a hassle.
Marcy is not ready for hog table yet.
Mhm.
Now.
Yeah. We had cows, chickens
Berkshire
for
black
us.
and white.
No pigs. Berkshire. Yeah. Yorkshire and a Berkshire. And they never got very big. That was the thing. She took such good care of those things, but they never got big. That Yorkshire prolapsed 3 times. Had to have the vet come 3 times and take care of that. It was just a mess. But I need a pig too. Turn 2 pounds of feed into a pound of pork and weigh 250 pounds at 4 months. Well, but Chris, is that because you're selling them? Are you, or I mean, are you selling it? Or are you just keeping it for yourself? Or is that just your own economics of it for yourself? Because would we eat that much pork? I mean,
And of course, we're not going to be running any kind of a freezer, so everything that we
Right.
use out there is going to have to be canned.
oh, it's nice to catch you, Elf Lord. Thanks for checking
Thanks for
in.
joining us.
Take care. Have fun shower. You see, my son was Yorkshire, and you've seen, yeah, she's 600 pounds. Yeah, that's for us. Okay, all right. So, okay, so I mean, Bob at Mountain Crest recommends a large black hog for a starter hog. Our feeling on this is that we eat pork some. I mean, we like bacon and sausage, and maybe the occasional tenderloin, and of course we like pork shoulder and stuff because we make pozole and stuff like that. But I mean, we're not huge porkers. We eat enough, but then again, there's also just 2 of us. So I mean, just the thought of raising a huge pig and not being able to eat it all, I would feel badly about that.
And if we're trying to turn what we
Thank you, Elf Lord.
Look at that, Tommy, they tagged your thing. Maybe it's large. Maybe it's things like large and small. I don't know. How weird.
That's different.
But if we're going to turn things into food for us, we really, of all the things, we eat a lot of ground beef.
Lance says there's a canning class in town in February that'll show us how to can meat. We could teach it.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
No, don't. There are some things that I would like to learn more about that, because we have some kind of what is that coming up on?
It just does. But yeah, right.
We have some kind of not good
right
cans.
there. We've got about, I don't know, would you say 60 cans?
Oh, with that down there too.
Oh, 60. We got 60 quarts right there of beef and pork. And then down there, we've got 48, and then another about 60 pints of ground beef that have been canned.
I'm game for the canning class. So we keep us informed, or send us an email with some information on it or something.
Okay.
I'm definitely game.
So Chris is saying you can kill them in any way you want, and the old breeds grow faster. Okay, it equals less feed, and time is important. My mom canned all of her meat for years. It was mostly chicken. Yep. And the reason we canned it all is because they figured we're going to be out of contentment,
And not have freezers.
and not have freezers,
refrigeration.
right? Refrigeration, that kind of stuff. So that's the reason we did it.
And what's kind of interesting about all of the stuff that we do, his kids not so much, I don't think, but my kids will have nothing to do with the canned meat. Zero. And what's kind of funny too is my son is kind of strapped for cash, and he was over the other day, and I was like, hey, we've got some canned ground beef, because I know that's something he will eat more so than the canned beef and pork. And he was like, he kind of looked at it and he thought about it, and he was like, I just
can't bring myself to do it.
I can't do it. And I said, well, if you're going to make it into things like spaghetti or chili or something like that, yeah, Nona Grace, exactly. It's gonna. You can't tell that it's canned.
We like your style, Nona Grace.
Yes.
Let me see. Okay, Homesteading Harvey has a good point. You can kill them any way you want. The old breeds grow faster, which means less feed, and time is important.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that he's making a really good point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you don't need a big harvest, it sooner. So I guess I hadn't thought about it that way. But I do like a nice ham.
So I'm curious too, because before I sold my place, I had once my dog died, I had toyed with the idea of getting a pig and putting the area kind of where the dog was, making it a pig pen. But I never really knew where to get like a feeder pig or whatever. How much do they actually cost? What's a good price if you went and bought a baby, like a pig, to feed out? Because I saw some of them, they were like $100 each. And I thought, well, that seems like a really expensive amount of money.
I would.
Some of them I saw for like $50.
I remember the kiddo show pigs. We only wanted one of them, and I think it was $300 for the Yorkshire. And then they just threw in the Berkshire because they had it. It was an extra. They didn't want to. They said, if you don't want it, fine. The 4-H club will just take care of it. But if you want it, it's yours for free. But it's $300. But it's a show pig.
Feeder pigs can go pretty cheap. I never could. Well, I didn't. Honestly, I didn't do a lot of looking. I just kind of did a few searches. But most of the places I saw were kind of expensive. The pig my daughter ended up with that she showed. Some former student or somebody at McLeod had all of these pigs, and he just donated them, and the kids got the pig, they bought the feed, fed the pig, then the pig went back to the guy who owned it, and he processed them all. I mean, it's actually kind of a good practice, I guess, for the pig owner. The kid got experience dealing with the pig and feeding it and all of that, but We didn't get the
$1 or
pig.
$2 a pound for a meat pig. My show stock are $200. Yeah. Piglets at the auction here are going for $20. Well, that's pretty good.
Mhm.
Okay, so I mean $20, and then what would you say, you guys? What would you say that
Seminole. Okay.
the cost to bring a pig up to up to harvest weight would be? If you got a meat pig like that, a big pig that grows fast and stuff like that, what would be the cost? And I'm just it'd be worth it. Durox. Now Durox, what are those? Those big ones? 35
Nona
bucks.
Grace. Yes.
And they would turn their nose. Oh
Nona
yeah.
Grace. My
Yep.
daughters too. Yep.
Yeah, our kids too.
Although my daughters would eat it if they had to.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. That I have trouble with when it comes to canning meat. I find it. I eat it anyway, and I find if I cook it long enough, it pretty much disappears. But I have a hard time with that can smell. When you first open the can of meat, it smells like Alpo, no matter what kind of meat it is. And I just, I mean, maybe we're canning them wrong or something. Maybe that's just the way they're supposed to smell. But I mean, it's like they taste fine, but it's just that's what I get over. Crock pot meal, and they rave about how good that is.
Yeah. Well, and the thing about, I have to stop myself when it comes to all of this canning, because I'll find cheap things and I'll put them in the freezer and keep it, and then can a bunch of it up at once. But I mean, it's getting to the point that we are not eating all of this, and so we need to find a way to
600
get through it.
I find any raw meat has a funny smell. Yeah. Let me see. It depends on your feed cost, but we average $150 for feed per pig to raise to market weight. Now, see, that doesn't sound too bad. Rocking Sea just read that you'll feed.
Your comment got held too.
Just read that you will feed 700, 900 pounds of feed per pig.
Yeah, look.
Canned food lasts so much longer.
The same thing.
What?
Homesteading the hard way.
Yeah, 600 pounds. If you get a good pig, that's the catch. 600, but he spends $150, so $40. Yeah. Okay. So canned food lasts so much longer than things. That's for sure. It does.
Mm-hmm.
And, it can take a little bit of temperature swing, not a lot, but it seems to be doing fine. But yeah, we got a ton of canned meat. And I was just telling Robert the other day, we need to start going through it because some of it's been sitting there going on 2 years.
No,
we were to get rid of that stuff? Okay.
The rest of the stuff is last year's, 2018.
Okay.
All of it's now into 2018.
800 pounds of feed, canned food. So I was telling Chris with Homesteading the Hard Way a while back that, when I was doing missions work in Mexico, the mission had a little pig that it would raise every once in a while. It would raise it to full. They weren't huge pigs, but they didn't have feed. In Baja, Mexico, you couldn't get feed. It was too expensive. So they just fed it whatever. They just slop it, feed it whatever they had, whatever they could find. And the pigs did okay. I don't remember them being huge or anything like that, but they have good feed conversion. Had some you couldn't feed, put on a ton. That's good. So Duroc would be a good pig. Hey, Thomas, what kind of pigs do you have?
He said,
I think he said a big.
I don't know.
No, not a Berkshire.
I'll never be able to remember. It's a black pig. It's a white pig. It's a black and white pig.
Sometimes those pigs are so stubborn, man. They're animals are funny. They're just so funny to raise. It's like those chickens out there. They crack me up. But I remember those two show pigs, man. They were one of them. That Yorkshire was so stubborn. You couldn't get him to do anything. I mean, you couldn't train him for squat. It was like he was. It's like he was retarded or something.
So, Rocking Sea, we know you have your goats and you like them.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing we've kind of talked about, because I don't know, when we went to the Mother Earth News thing, everyone up there had goats, it seemed, and they were really into the goat milk and making soap and cheese and stuff out of goat milk.
Nona Grace said they had a pig that was fed a lot of pizza and less grain. The lard was real runny, and it was so different because of what it ate. That's interesting.
So we've been wondering about doing
Yeah, we
goats.
got it. We got that, Chris, on a ton of feed. Yeah, ton of feed.
I still have to make soap.
I think to myself, maybe the thing to do. Hey, let me ask you guys about this. I think chickens are cheaper to raise than pigs. So if we had 100 meat birds or something like that, let's just say we got crazy and got 100 meat birds, and we fed them to the chickens instead of feed, and slopped them, and maybe threw some grain out there every once in a while. How do you think they would do? Because it would seem to me that protein would be cheaper than buying a ton of grain, or 600 pounds of grain, or 800 pounds of grain, or feed, whatever it is. So I'd be curious about that. Wonder if it would be cheaper to raise chickens to feed the pig, for his protein, instead of buying a bunch of feed.
Feeding them peanuts does make them taste better.
Peanuts. I wonder if they'll eat potatoes. We got a ton of those out there.
No, he says no.
No? Don't feed them chicken. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. Yeah, chicken wire. It was worth a shot. Just trying to find cheaper ways to do this, raising pigs, it can be expensive.
Yeah, but I just think of how my grandparents did all of this stuff. Now, they had a cow, and they had a big field it was in, so it grazed a lot in the field, but they only,
Look who's here.
Oh, hey!
Here in their homestead. Hey, Brenda, how are you?
They only fed it like 1 bucket of feed a day. I don't know. Oh my gosh, look.
Potatoes are poison? Well, now wait a minute. You mean green potatoes, right? Like they're poison to anybody? Or potatoes are, matured potatoes that are not green are okay, or they're not okay? A lot of natural grasses for the animals. Yeah. To grow your own grain. Oh, wow. Well, that's a lot. Technically, we could grow our own. There's a whole bunch. It's too bad that they couldn't. It's too bad that we couldn't range the pigs, because there is a whole bunch of nutritious grama grass out there that they could eat. But probably, I would think as small as those grains of grama grass are.
You cannot give raw potatoes to chickens either.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we have to cook them. So, there are tons of potatoes out there.
Yeah, I know.
We get potatoes galore.
How about chickens? I haven't read this, so since we've got people on here who have lots of experience, what can you not feed chickens? Other than like chocolate and that kind of stuff.
You can't feed them citrus. I know that. Citrus and chocolate. I don't think you can feed that. I don't know. Everybody, please say hello. to Brenda. Brenda I don't know how you say it. It's Montaigne or Montaigne. I think it's Montaigne. But
Onion skins.
yeah.
No.
But everybody say hello to Brenda. Brenda is with Here and There Homestead, and I forget where she's at, Massachusetts or Michigan or something like that. But she's got 2 locations. One's a farmstead, one's a homestead, and they're working them and trying to figure out which one they'll keep or whether they'll move or something like that. So, but great people. They got a new channel. Please check in with them and show them some love. Montana.
Montana.
Oh, she's in Montana.
No, that's how you say her
Oh,
name.
Montana. Okay. She's in Montana? No. But
she's in New York.
Yeah, New York. But so go to her channel. She seems very knowledgeable about this stuff. And I don't know. She's new. And I enjoyed checking out a few of her videos here the other day, and I think you would too.
So she said catch her up. We have been talking about maybe one day getting a pig and feeding it out and processing it and all of that. That's years.
And so we're asking things like, you know, how big a pig do you get? How much does it cost to feed it? Are there cheaper ways to do it? You know, stuff like that. So this depends on what you want the goats for. The farmer that was doing the class is switching over from cows to goats.
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
I can't think of any reason why we would want goats.
Well,
can you?
I don't know. I mean, we've talked about other animals, maybe,
Yeah.
but the thing, that's why I said earlier when I was talking, the thing seemed to be at the Mother Earth News Fair, everyone had goats, pigs, and chickens.
Right.
Not many people had cows.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a reason why we would want goats. I mean, we don't drink don't use a lot of dairy. And it's not like we have a lot of clearing that needs to be done. I just can't think of a reason why we would. I mean, now sheep. I could see a use for, because I like the taste of lamb. You know, goat might be pretty close, but I like the taste of lamb. I think a lamb shank once a year or something like that at Easter or something.
Maybe.
So bad, Passover. I married into it. I actually told someone that my boyfriend's name was Montana.
Dexter cows. Aren't those
cows.
big? What are those things? The big ones?
He's got a market and some grain to feed them. Pigs are so expensive to raise up, especially if you're going organic grain. We don't have any easily available around here. We've done a few, but need to find a cheaper way. Yeah, that's the thing, Brenda. I mean, we were just talking, you know, we think it would be, there are just 2 of us. And so we were thinking, you know, once a year, something like that, we might want to raise a pig and then butcher it, you know, at the end of the season. But, you know, if you've seen our channel, you'll know that Contentment is at a very high elevation, an alpine valley in Colorado, and there's not a whole lot of range there for it. And so we would wind up just giving it feed or whatever else we could give to bulk it up. And so we're thinking about the costs of raising those things. And, you know, we like pork, but we don't eat pork constantly, you know, through the year. I mean, a ham once a year, maybe a tenderloin once a year, more bacon and sausage than anything else. But yeah, so we're trying to figure out an economical way to raise a pig and still get a good pig. Maybe we ought to do what Donna Grace, you know, said. Just give it. We can make a lot of pizza.
Yeah,
pizza.
She has a good point. Have someone else raise it and buy half.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Do a hog and share it with someone. Yeah. So, and Stephen, Thomas Schmidt Homestead Products says he's in what? Steuben, Colorado?
No, county. They're talking about.
Oh, Steuben. Oh, I'm sorry, Steuben County.
$250. That's not bad, really.
Good point. Miss Owens will sell halves. $250. Well, how much would it cost? But if he's saying it costs or $150 per pig to raise one, it's more economical to raise your own. Right?
No, he said it was more than that.
No, Chris said that he spends about $150 per pig.
No, that
Didn't he?
was Thomas Schmidt.
Oh, it's Thomas Schmidt. Okay, so if he sold $150 per pig, buy half. I don't know. Something to think about. It's too bad because I was thinking we could just raise a whole bunch of chickens, which would be cheaper, and feed them to the pigs. So.
Yes. Sounds wonderful.
Brenda, you will never meet a more gracious person than Nonna Grace. I'll tell you, if you have an opportunity to meet her, please do. She's fun, and check out her channel too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's see. Chickens eat a lot too, yeah, but I'm hoping they eat mostly bugs. So I don't know. Don't know what the answer is, Robert.
I don't know. Grubs from the ground.
Well, it's not a bad word in this packaging. Yeah. No, profit's not a bad word. I agree. Anyway. All right. So, anyway, if you guys get a chance, please check out Here and There Homestead. Please check out High Plains Homestead. Show them some love. And congratulations to Eric Johnson, who won the prize package. Eric, you catch this video, you got 3 days to get back with me at the email at the top of these comments, and we'll get it to you. If not, we'll pull another drawing to see who wins.
She's not getting very many eggs.
Only getting 2 eggs from 14. Wow. Well, that's about what Jay said she's
Yeah.
getting, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's 200 chickens and 600 pounds.
So, Nona Grace, are you using a light in there to keep them light? You don't use light, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to get out of here.
Okay, I'm going to bow out for now.
We're both going to get out of here.
Well,
so
you can stay on and make the ending more formal, but I need to go.
Okay.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
Custom feeding a Poland might be an option. Let me see. And a full pin full now might be an option. Let me see. 200 chickens eat 600 pounds and there's no light. No light. Okay. Stephen Chicago. Wow, I can't believe it. This is a lonely county for homesteaders. I'm in Allegheny. This encourages me. Brenda, I visited both with Thomas Schmidt and Thomas and Dawn at their place near Hornell. And I also visited with Nona Grace. I think there are a lot more homesteaders up there than you think. I mean, Thomas has got a friend, Tom, who raises pigs too. So, as I said, tried the light. The light didn't help at all. I'm surprised. They say you give them light, they just keep going and going and going. I don't know what to think of that. I guess, get them through there, keep them going if you need the eggs, and don't if you don't. So I talked to our nearest neighbor. I say neighbor, he's a couple miles away, there at Contentment. I asked him before we left to check on the Shouse and Dinah and make sure everything's okay. He said that everything looks normal out there. We've got hunters that are driving through there because of the elk hunting, but it doesn't look like they've bothered anything, so that's good. So. All right, guys. Well, I've got to get out of here too. I've got another video to get out. So I sure appreciate you all checking in. It was good to chat with all of you. And if we don't talk again before Thanksgiving, I hope you all have an amazing Thanksgiving. And I know all of us can find at least one thing to be thankful for. So I wish you all well. Thank you so much. It's good to catch up with all of you, and I'll catch you on your videos as soon as we can. So. You guys take care and have a good night.